Hi, my name is Jenna Gladden and I'm here today to show you how to make homemade truffles. How many times have you been in a situation where you need an easy last-minute dessert for a party or dinner? Most people have no idea what treats to make for a bake sale, a dessert for dinner, or even for just a party. If you're not in need yourself of any truffles, it's always a nice gift to give. In high school, my friends and I would make truffles as a Christmas treat for family and friends. The main points include what you'll need, the mixing process, the shaping and dipping, and the presentation. What you'll need includes a bowl, a spatula, some Oreos. I'm using half a pack because I'm making half a batch, and then half a package of cream cheese, some dipping chocolate, and any toppings you like, which is ingredients, and the supplies include the bowl, the spatula, and the food processor, as well as the baking sheet and the parchment paper. So you'll start by mixing it. You'll take the cream cheese, your half pack of cream cheese, and your half pack of Oreos, and you'll put it in the bowl, and you'll start to mix it with a spatula. And this is after you've taken the Oreos and you've put it in the food processor into fine grains. So that's how you went from putting it in here to putting it in here and mixing it with the cream cheese, because if you just put the Oreos in there, it's going to be nice and chunky. So you have to go ahead and put it in the food processor and get it to a fine grain, kind of like a sand. So then after you do that, you'll come over here and you'll mix it until it kind of looks like this. So if you would have put the Oreos in there before you put it in the food processor, it would have been chunky. So what you want is to make it nice and smooth. So now, once you have that and you have the crushed Oreos in there and the cream cheese, you'll take your hand or a spoon and you'll go ahead and put it in your hand, which is why you need your hands washed, because your hands will be all over it and you don't want to give that to anyone. So you're going to put it in your hand. It's going to be about a 1-inch ball, and you're going to roll it around in your hands and you're going to squeeze it together, make sure it's all together, and then you're going to roll it. So then you're going to come over here and put on your parchment paper. And you don't want it too close when you go to put all of them on there, because when you dip it and you go to put it on the sheet, you don't want them touching each other. So you'll come back over here and you'll put it, another ball in your hand, and make a nice little ball real quick. And then I set it about 1 inch or 2 apart. That way once you dip them, they won't be all messed up. So then, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do these 3 right here to show you how far apart they should be. So you should have 1 inch right here and 1 inch right here. So then once you have all of your Oreos made, you're going to go ahead and stick them in either the fridge for 30 minutes or you're going to stick them in the freezer for 15. So for this video, I went ahead and stuck them in the freezer, and they came out, and you'll see it. Once you stick it in the freezer, you'll be able to touch it. And when you touch it, it won't show an indent or anything. So unlike these where you can kind of shape it, once you take them out, they should be a little bit harder. And that's when you'll stick it and you'll dump one of these once they're frozen. But for time, we're just gonna stick one of these in there, which it will still work. But the best results will come from you sticking it in the fridge or the freezer. But for right now, we're just gonna stick it in here. And you're going to wipe off the excess so you don't have a bunch of chocolate just at the bottom. And you're going to just stick it right on the parchment paper. And then you're going to take whatever topping you choose. So for this one, I'm going to take some coconut. And you're just going to sprinkle it right on top.
Looks delicious.
And then once you finish that and you finish covering all your truffles and hopefully refrigerated or frozen them, you're going to put these, once they're coated, back into the fridge, not the freezer, and it's just so the chocolate can set with the toppings on there and it won't fall off and you're going to pick it up. So in conclusion, once you put it in the fridge, they will come out like this. So as you can see, they're set, and if I went to rub it, all of that will fall off. And we'll just fall. So these were made with the insides being frozen, so they will taste a little better. So in conclusion, what you'll need is Oreos, cream cheese, dipping chocolate, and toppings. And then you can always present it in a nice package and give it to anyone or use it as a nice dessert. Thank you for listening.
Woohoo!